welcome, lovely Librans. Happy birthday for all of you this month up until the 24th, I think it is, 23rd or 24th, depending on what country you're in. And because it is your birthday, or maybe since the 23rd of last month into the 23rd of October, it is a new chapter in your book of life. So this month, it's all about you and how you can rebirth yourself, reinvent yourself, really set your intentions for the following year, and just generally concentrate on what it is that you want in life. Okay, so the big focus is on you, and it's also, there's a lot of activity. The focus is on your finances and what you value. Now, depending on, where you are in your life, that could be money, but that could also be things like values, your personal fulfillment, happiness, integrity, things that are really important to your value system. You're probably going to have a look at and review this month. I'm a Libran too, actually, so I'm looking forward to my birthday. And, it's a really important time. We have the Sun, Mercury and Venus at the beginning of the month, all in our first house. So this is going to give us popularity, which is always good. It's also going to give insight and awareness and happiness. Venus there is very peaceful, and peace is important to us. We don't like discord or disharmony. So we should enjoy, favourable friendships and favourable relationships with people personally and in business. Librans can do great business. And people are sort of surprised by that. It's the negotiation power that we have, and the aura of being fair. We love to be fair. We don't like injustice, and we don't want a one-sided arrangement with anybody. So people sort of automatically pick that up, and they know that we're trustworthy. Basically, I'm saying something for a whole entire sign. It does, of course, depend on, what time the person was born and what other astrological influences they have in their chart. But typically, Librans do not like unfairness or injustice. And so this month, that's going to help to make us very popular. Okay, so the 4th sees Mercury go into our second house of values. The 9th sees Venus go there, and the 24th sees the Sun go there. So as well as the focus being on us writing a new chapter in our life book, and we can write our own chapters. It's some of those pages in our book of life are in fact blank. And that's for us to use our free will and write what we want for our lives. So we do have power. Don't be sort of, thinking that it's all predestined, because what happens with predestination, yeah, sure, we fill in some, big lines in our canvas before we get here, but we do fill in smaller lines and the colours when we get here. So we decide what colour our life is going to be and the finer lines of what's going to happen. And then we can respond to those big things that we've already put into place before we got here. Okay, so Mercury, Venus and the Sun all into the second house at different times this month. Insight and awareness into finances most probably, and certainly into our value system. If you have a business, lovely Libra, you could be really attracting new business. There's something that may finish in order for something new to start, and I know that's happening with me, definitely. The new arrangement will be better than the old arrangement, and we're likely to make more money as a result. Okay, so don't be worried if something looks like it's finishing up or it's not going so well in business. There's a new project or, a new element to your business, which will really show the world how you shine. So that would be lovely. So 13th sees the full moon in the 7th house of committed relationships. Now, this house, sometimes people think of romance and marriage and that sort of thing, and yes, that's true, but it is also true for business, and this is all about transformative changes. So you could have a business partner or somebody who works for you perhaps, and they leave, and it's a good thing, because in some way their energy is just not compatible with yours. And so it's time for you to go it alone and have your own systems in place. And if you have your own business, you are the boss of the wash. So, don't get conned into believing everything that everybody says, of course. And you decide, what energy is compatible with you. So, and that could be also in personal relationships like marriages or committed partnerships. So I'm not talking about somebody that you just met recently. I'm talking about more the committed relationships. There's some sort of change in there, and there could be sort of a separation in some way. Not that the whole relationship's going to break down necessarily, but that you might just have more space to yourself, or you're going to have something where you're going to make it go your way, the way that you want it, and so it should be too. You're going to have more freedom to choose how you want to spend your time and what you do and that sort of thing. Okay, the 27th sees the new moon in your 2nd house. So the end of September is likely when new beginnings will change in your values and also in your finances. You could get another job, you could get a side hustle, you might figure out a new way to make more money. And even if it starts small, it's likely to increase because you're starting on the right foot. It's all about you and your resources, not so much relying on another person, okay? So if you are relying on another person for something, take back your power. And it's not that you can't have that relationship, it's just that it has to be on your terms, okay? Now, I'm going to have a look, lovely Librans, and see what I see psychically for us both. So this will be interesting. So I'll just close my eyes. Okay, so straight away I've got a picture here. And there's stairs, and so there's action steps to be taken. Now, it's like, they're showing me a big book. There's a lot of study, great. We've got to learn a new way to do something. It's like a manual, actually, and that actually fits with my scenario. There's like a manual to be learnt about how to do this new business opportunity or in relationship. It's like you've got to learn to, act in a new way. They're saying don't get addicted to other people, and especially with us, because we like to be cooperative and fit in with people. And they're saying, no, bring it back to us, back to us, back to us. What is it that we want? Don't just, in our typical Libran way, self-sacrifice and say, oh, it's fair if I let them do this and I let them do that. No, don't do that. Okay, now it's like I'm in a dark room and it's like I really don't know. There's like a question mark here right now. But when I start climbing those steps, those action steps, taking those steps in front of me, there's light up there, and it gets progressively more light as I move along the staircase and I take the steps. So, if something is coming to an end, it's just a matter of taking a few steps and it'll get lighter, and you're going to figure it out as you go, okay? So they're telling me now I'm seeing a woman having a baby, so it's like rebirthing yourself and giving birth to a new project. You could get pregnant in some way, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean with a physical baby, although, in the next 12 months, if you want to do that, that's fine. But it's more like a rebirth of the self, reinventing yourself. You know how Madonna, she's constantly, reinventing herself through her entire career. That's what we are doing this year, lovely Librans. Okay, so let's have a look now in the tarot cards and see what we come up with. And I've already pre-shuffled these cards in the past. And what I'm going to do is to take a card for every week of the month. Okay, so we're looking now at the first week of October to see what we come up with. And that one just jumped out, that one on top. Okay, King of Pentacles. That's very interesting because this is about money for many people. Pentacles is a very physical sign, so all about physicality. I'll just sharpen that up a little bit. There we go. Easier to see now. King of Pentacles, king or queen of all you survey. If you're a woman, you can still be a king because you're using your divine masculine energy. And a man already has his divine masculine energy already available to him. So this is on the physical level. You'll see there's a great big pile of coins down the bottom here. This could indicate money, but it also indicates change, okay, because it is coins and not notes. But it's a great time for promotion, marketing, publishing, really getting your message out in the world to improve your business. This colour here is a sort of bluey purple colour, an indigo, I guess you call it, indigo. This colour is associated with royalty. It's also associated with the throat and the third eye. Use your intuition, lovely Librans, and your mind, because this is going to get you the farthest, whatever. You'll go places this month in October, listening to your intuition and your thoughts. Your intuition comes through your thoughts, okay? You see there's a lot of grapes here at the top. This is the harvest. You could take some money out of your business perhaps, see how you go, but it's like there's a harvest coming, a reward coming for you, and perhaps you want to spend it on yourself and buy something nice in October for your birthday. Okay, there we go. That's the first week. Now let's look at the second week for October 2019, and we come up with this one, and this is also excellent for business. 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about, again, making money, being successful through your hard-earned work. And success is likely this month on a new project. And it's also got a spiritual element to it. So it's not just making something with your hands. You could be really good with your hands, making something physical. But there's also, it's like spiritually, spirit is directing you to do that. So you see this lady here, she's like a metal smith. My name's Smith, so the origin of my name comes from blacksmith, metalsmith, silversmith, smithing. And this is what we used to do, my family used to do. But if you're not a smith, it still applies. Something that you do work-wise that is successful, and it's also about craftsmanship. Okay, so even if you're working on the internet, using your flair, your sense of art, your sense of beauty to create something that has craftsmanship or is very arty, okay, and you will be well rewarded for that in the second week. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so let's now go to the third card for the third week of October 2019, and that one jumps out. Okay, this is the 8 of Cups. All right, so 8s in numerology are very good for money and power, okay? And it's the right and proper use of money and power. So that's not about greed or lording it over anybody. That's about being fair, and as Librans we can do that. There's some sort of elements coming up from the subconscious here. You see sort of the moon in the background here, and it's like it could be either the first phase or the last phase. Is just a slither of light coming off the moon, off the dark moon. And we just need to be careful that things coming up out of our subconscious don't lead us down a sort of trip or a journey of fantasy because of this stuff coming up here. So just beware, some subconscious elements in the 3rd week could be activated in our subconscious. Okay, so things coming up. You'll see the lass is wearing green, which is all about opportunity and growth, which is great. She's got a bag, she's on a trip. Okay, so she's on a journey. The subconscious waters are here. So going down into the subconscious, it's all about emotions, in fact, because it's cups. Okay, so just make a note in your calendar now, I certainly will, to beware the 3rd week. It's not a bad thing. It's just keep your feet on the ground and you'll be fine, okay? And just take note of stuff that comes up. But there are opportunities there, and you could in fact find something that is actually like a reward, because there are lots of hidden talents and rewards down in our subconscious, and even luck, you know. All right, going now to the last 10 days of October for lovely Librans. October 2019, that one right on the bottom is calling me. And it's the 3 of Pentacles, and it's the same sort of theme as this one, the 8 of Pentacles. This one's more about teamwork though, with the 3. You can see she's carving something out of a rock. She's making something. She's dressed in yellow this time, which suggests the solar plexus energy. So something to do with an authority figure could be involved, a father figure. But there is ultimate reward, okay, in the end. Solar plexus, this is a nice bright shade of gold. It's not murky, so there is a reward coming. This new job that we're doing, or this new project that we could be doing in business, it's a steep learning curve, and maybe it's something we've never done before. But we can do it. We do have all the skills that we need in order to be successful. And teamwork could be involved with other people. Okay, so the last 10 days of the month. Just on this one in the 3rd week, I'm just getting a sense now of delays. Maybe there's some glitches. Something happens, so there's a few delays or obstacles to be cleared here. And they will be cleared, so don't be concerned. You'll still continue on your direction, lovely Librans, and get what you want in the end, okay? And hard work will make it happen. And in a relationship, it's also the same scenario, that hard work, working on the relationship, communicating, really trying to get your point across, of what you want, will make it happen, okay? It's not all just work, or work makes Jack a dull boy, or whatever that old-fashioned saying is. Okay, so now I'm going to have a look for you psychically, just for a summary for the month. Okay, doors opening. I've got doors opening as soon as I close my eyes. French white doors, in fact. Dark on the inside, but again, the same thing. Stairs on the inside. Lots of action, lots of work that needs to be done to pull off whatever it is we want to achieve this month, but it's all doable. That's the good thing. I'm actually hearing, in this ear, I'm actually hearing the wheels are turning, okay? It's all in motion. It's going to happen. And so this is excellent if you want to find a new job, if you want to increase business, if you want to work on your relationship. And more importantly than all of that is if you want to help other people in the world, because there is so much that needs to be done, helping other people in the way the world is at the moment. And so there could be some opportunities this month, whether that's doing some voluntary work, donations, or whatever it is that you can do to help some good causes. So whether that be to do with animals that are really suffering here in Australia, for example, with all the bushfires we've had, or wherever it is just in front of you, it'll come up. Just ask Spirit, they'll put an opportunity right in front of you to help. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I do hope you find that helpful. Please give this video a like if you do, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get my updates, because not only do I do the horoscopes, I do pick a card, and then I do other videos about all sorts of topics, spiritual development, and also what's going on in the world. So I've just put an update yesterday, I think it was, just a really quick one, just 4 minutes, update on Brexit, Boris Johnson. So just check those out. I'm not sort of a airy-fairy sort of psychic, I'm a practical psychic, and so you'll get probably an unusual kind of theme coming from me. I don't know if you can hear my crows in the background. They're just flowing past the window with a lot to say. So I always think when animals come, they're giving us a message. So I like to think they're agreeing with me at the moment. Okay, so have a wonderful month, and I'm on with the rest of the horoscopes now, and next one I'm doing is Scorpio. Okay, thank you so much, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.